Hello again. I am on a roll. My third YouTube video before it's even 9 o'clock. But what I thought I would do is, while it was on my mind, I would talk about these two pens. And they were in a drawer that said "Fix Me." The drawer was, put Sachs on these pens, and then I looked at them and I remembered the tiger eye striped pattern that they had, and I already waxed poetic about that already. But I'm going to wax poetic about something else. You might think that these are the same. Okay. No, none of you would think they're the same, but it's way too similar to even bother with. But I just want to show you how this works. So here's something that someone was throwing away, a day planner for 2020, which we might as well just press the restart button. So let's see how both of these pens write and what the differences of them are. Well, they're both Sheaffer pens, brown striped, lever-filled, blah blah pens from the 30s. One of them is a lifetime pen with a little white dot. One of them is a non-white dot lifetime pen, a feather touch pen, and I will just show you by writing on Wednesday and Thursday of December 2019. Let's just start with New Year's Day of 2020. What did I do then? Was I in Minnesota? I can't even remember. I can't remember. I think I was in Minnesota. I probably went to bed early. No parties, no plans, no nothing. And that was before the plague. The China plague. So let's just see how these pens write. But first, before I do that, I want to talk about the individual who bought this pen and the individual who bought this pen. And both of these were available for purchase. The lifetime pen was a little bit more expensive, maybe $1 more, I don't even know. And this one was a little less expensive. And so let's pretend that money wasn't an object. So I walk in to the pen shop on Madison Avenue or wherever, Maple Street, Washington Street, whatever town would have had a store where you could buy this in 1935. And you asked the person at the counter to show you this pen. Both of them. The clerk said, well, here are two Sheaffer pens. I know you mentioned you wanted a pen that was slightly smaller. And this is the thinnest model they made, and you like brown, so here's the brown one. You don't want to look at the red one, you want the brown one. So these are your choices, one or t'other. Someone bought this pen. The difference between the two, I remember in college, my psychology professor divided people into two camps. There was the people that, when they were having their Cheerios in the morning, they would take the bowl, put the Cheerios in, pour the milk in, and then add the sugar. Sugar was last. Step 3, sugar. Step 2, step 1, cereal. And then there was the other kind of person that put the cereal in first, then the sugar, then the milk, washing the sugar all over the place and down to the bottom. So there were these two different kinds of people. And I didn't even know that this kind of person existed. But he was a psychologist, and he probably has volumes about people like that who end up being murderers and bank robbers and serial killers and things like that. I'm one of these kind of people. So this person would have bought this pen. I'm just telling you. It's a very firm nib. I'm really pressing down to get that. And this person is loud and brash. I put milk on after I put the sugar down, and that's the way to do it. God damn you. That's what he would say. This is how he writes his name. Up and down. Pressing down really hard. Reminds me of someone. That's how he writes his name. Signs his name. This person chose the Feather Touch. Now, the Feather Touch pen was not guaranteed for lifetime. They're slightly thinner piece of gold, and because of that, they're slightly more flexible. And this person grew up probably to be killed by this person. This person is trusting, caring, a Democrat. This is a Republican. And pliable, listens to two sides of a story, probably will. I remember one of my teachers, in describing me about some sort of political issue that was happening when I was in graduate school. Well, of course Pierre believes that. He believes the last person that told him anything, so that was my claim to fame. Forgetful and wishy-washy and malleable. Well, that's what this person is. Malleable. But not in the way that I was, but in the way that this person would listen to the argument and give a person a chance to explain themselves. This is a little loose. Anyway, so the reason I'm telling you this, in case you don't know, is most pen collectors would choose this pen over this pen. This pen was more valuable when it was made. It was more valuable now, and it has a white dot on it. It's guaranteed for life, and blah, 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 blah. But this one is more fun to write with. So look at the Feather Touch nibs on. Well, this is more fun to write with if you want to be somewhat calligraphic. If I'm a census taker and I'm checking off little tick marks on my little clipboard, this would probably be fine. This one also can, I can make a duplicate by pressing down really hard on this and it'll be fine. This has a purpose in life, but the purpose is sad and bureaucratic. But I like it. I've learned that a pen that has a firm nib has a place in my hand. Not necessarily in my heart, but in my hand. This one is more seductive. This is easier to like. This one is stiffer. So let's say these two people were married. And it's March 12th. And this is, let's make this a heterosexual couple just for ease of keeping this straight, as it were. Bump, bump. And let's just be, in addition to being heterosexual, let's just be, what's the word I want? Stereotypical on top of it. The female has the feather touch, cheaper pen. The man, and this is when these pens were made. Let's just think about 1930, before women's lib and all that kind of stuff. They just got the vote a few years earlier, after all. They may not have been wearing corsets, but they weren't wearing pants either. Not like today. Anyway, so let's imagine March 12th came and went, and was leaving the day, and this is a diary, dear diary. And the guy with this pen writes what happened. Oh God, factoids. Sunrise, 6:18. Temperature high-low was blah degrees to blah degrees, and made a killing in the stock market, and he knows exactly how much the killing was. $16,000, 238 and 7 cents. So that's his day. Also killed a small dog on the way home. Damn it. Need a new tire. Okay, that's his day. Mr. Lifetime. Hard, stiff, unsympathetic, nasty. Mrs. Nasty, back in those days, she would have been perhaps referred still as Mrs. John Smith, not Mrs. Mary Smith. These are the John Smiths. Lady de Villiers would introduce them to her guests. Anyway, it's Mrs. Mary Smith, who's now recording the day's events. Beautiful sunrise. Birds chirped. The milkman made my day. Parentheses. Sent a beautiful bouquet to the owner of Bowser. It killed by my heartless husband. You see how different these people are? Brain, heart. These nibs are just like that. Factoids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Numbers. Up, down, black, white. Gray. Grayscale, not black and white. Gray, not gray day, but gray as in variety. Passionate. Feeling. Which are you? I know you. You're right here. So are you. Factoids, factoids, factoids. Kicking dogs, pulling legs off spiders. Pouring milk on the cereal after you put the sugar on it. And over here, oops, you got me confused. Over here we have the sugar last. Sees a lot. Feels a lot. Has a heart. If I only had a heart, a brain, de noive. Bye.